Well, who was it that jerked off and sold it for fucking $30,000 or $40,000?
I don't know.
I'm not even kidding. That was the soup can guy. Andy Warhol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he jerked off on a canvas. I don't know if he did like one time or multiple times, but it went for tens of thousands of dollars. He's like, yeah. I really want to hear him like present that at an art gallery. Like, this painting is of the sky and the moon and the stars, and it represents womanhood. And he's like, I jerked off on this. I jerked off while sounding with a paintbrush, but I didn't use the fucking paintbrush.
That's what you can do when you're...
I fisted myself with a soup can, and I melted a watch.
That's not the same guy.
I did it, though. I'm Andy Warhol. I melted a watch in my ass and shit it onto a soup can, and while looking at it, I jerked off onto this canvas. The bidding will start at $50,000.
I had no idea that's what Andy Warhol said.
My name is Andy Warhol.
I am an artist.
Yeah, I shit soup cans. I don't know why. I had a tomato bisque for dinner, and now it's back in the can. And in the can. I shit it into the toilet. Luckily, I could draw a plunger, but I didn't use a brush because I hate brushes. I used a Mack truck covered in menstrual fluid.
Do you like Marilyn Monroe? Well, here's Marilyn Monroe 4 times. I'm Andy Warhol.
I didn't use a canvas on this one. I used the foreskin of 8 young men. When you rub my drawing...
I have a bird now. I'm using my ass feathers to paint. I am Andy Warhol.
This is beauty. Beauty is in the beholder. I painted a beholder. I am D&D.
Oh, fuck you. I'm Andy Warhol.
I'm Andy fucking Warhol. You want a can of soup? On weekends, I give soup to homeless people.
Notice Andy Warhol does all the art things. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
You like a big mess? Well, here's a big mess. It's all over the place. Jackson Pollock is a hack. I'm Andy Warhol.
Some lady painted 3 dots on a canvas. I jizzed on my son and rolled him across the bed sheets. $42 billion.
I'm Andy Warhol.
I'm Andy fucking Warhol.
See, they just killed him. He didn't die. He was just super annoying. I'm Andy Warhol.
I'm Andy fucking Warhol.
You know, this is probably only funny to us.
No one is laughing right now.
All right. Fuck you, I'm Andy Warhol. Is that what he did at the Super Bowl halftime show? He didn't even sing. He just shows up. Fuck you. Here's a soup can. Ding. Oh my God.
All right. For this avant-garde piece, I went to Steamworks in Chicago and found the biggest bottom there. 37 men came deep inside of him, 2 of them wearing rubbers made out of chickens. After they were done, I had him stand in front of an industrial fan and fart the jizz into the fan so it blew back past him and onto the canvas. You can see by the brush strokes here that he slightly exploded. This is a piece of shit.
I'm Andy Warhol.
I'm Andy fucking Warhol. $22 billion trillion.
And then someone, oh, it's beautiful. I will take it.
Notice the way the light goes off of the spoo mixed with his innards.
Oh, my God.
If you look really carefully, the DNA lines up to spell AIDS. I'm Andy Warhol.
So that's Ace Amos. I don't know how he got there.
Thanks, Ace.
You were slap happy, I think.
I am so fucking tired.
Ho, ho, holy balls, it's already 2020? Hello everyone, I'm Xander the Blue, and this is another thing on the internet. Now I know what you're saying. Xander, there just isn't enough videos of fursuits talking into cameras. Well, I'm here to fill that void. And if you actually like this, please click the like button, that's what it's f***ing for. Now I have to come clean. This is my 40th Christmas and... No, wait, don't unsubscribe, please, So this year for Christmas, I had one goal. And that was just not to get in a fight with my parents or rock the boat too much. You'd think that would be easy, but right away I got in a fight with my dad. I didn't even mean to, about movies. I had heard the new Ryan Reynolds movie, Death Euphemism, wasn't very good. And he's just like, I don't care what critics say. And I'm like, well, I actually do care what critics say, and sometimes critics and audiences can agree on things. And he's all just, well, I just follow what the audience on Rotten Tomatoes say, because he's never heard of online polls before. And I'm just like, well, I'm sorry, I thought all those trips to the theater you would have developed some fucking taste. I didn't really say that. All I said was critics and audiences can get along and agree. And then he got really freaking mad, and I just went to the bathroom. Well, golly, this is a great start, and we haven't even gone to church yet. Now, every Christmas I go to church because my mom wants me to, and it makes her happy. You know, it's not my jam, but I survived. I survived the 2 hours of standing and sitting and watching bad music. I'm sorry, I'm not saying church music is bad. I'm saying my church's music is bad. And you can't look it up. But it's over, and I'm happy, and I'm like, okay, part 1 of the Christmas gauntlet is over. Time for family dinner. So we go to my parents' house and we gather around the TV for our traditional Christmas dinner, a giant Costco pot pie that could probably feed the population of Papua New Guinea. But I'm not going to complain. It's food is food, and we all watched a movie. We're not talking. This is good. And the movie is Scrooge. And this is okay if you don't know my family. The entire movie, I could swear they were rooting for Scrooge. There's this whole scene where Scrooge has his body taken out and everyone's happy. And my brother's like, why is he just pissed at these people? But he said it like playfully, like, why isn't he pissed with his people? Because if you say something jokingly in the Midwest, it doesn't count. And I'm just like, just watch the frickin' movie. Don't say anything. It's Christmas. Don't be a dick, Xander. But this is the 70s Scrooge, so there's like songs and dances, and you totally miss the message, which is great for them. I should probably see a therapist, shouldn't I? But we finished the movie, and I thought, hey, we've already had a great night, and it's late, and whatever. But you know what? No fights, we're good. One night down, one to go. Because it's time to sleep and get up tomorrow morning for the extended family Christmas. It's a fabulous time where I try not to overhear political conversations and have a rage stroke. But I load up on a few Bloody Marys. I'm having a good time, because that's how you survive Christmas. Sure, my uncle's bitching about paying too many taxes, but this is really good guacamole. You can't ruin Christmas if your mouth is full. Wait. But I noticed something weird is that, like, everyone is really tired. And, like, what the hell is going on? And I found out, like, most of my extended family got hammered the night before. And everyone is hungover. It's a hungover Christmas. And everyone is very, very silent. This silent night seemed really involuntary. Honestly, I knew something was off.
You're on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dragon Show. That is Dragon and Ferret together. I'm Alkali, and I'm lonely.
You're so lonely.
I'm so lonely. We didn't have a ton of OBS problems that almost canceled the show 10 minutes ago. Hi, Dragon.
Hi.
Here.
Oh,
Dragon close. Yeah, cuddles.
Oh,
hi.
Hi.
May I have my cell phone so I can see the chat? It's
No.
plugged in. It's plugged in.
Oh shit. Unplug it, obviously, or
Unplug
bring
it.
it around.
And
Hi.
things went flying. All right, everyone, let me get on the chat. Sorry, we were just... OBS decided it did not like the laptop. And we just got it to work when the countdown went live. Which also means our guests are scattered to the wind. But a warm wind blows. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither. Boozy Badger!
I have to know one thing.
What's that?
Did you learn how to use the 3 seashells?
I have not learned how to use the 3 seashells. Boozy, have you figured out the 3 seashells?
Oh, I love that you think I've been wiping my ass all weekend.
I'm on vacation.
I'm on vacation.
There's a fucking adjustable spray head in that shower. I'm fine.
Oh shit.
Poor man's bidet. Got
Poor
it.
man's bidet, that's right.
Good morning, Sapphire. Apologies, we're going to be looking at our phones a lot because that's how we're viewing chat today. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, the host this weekend, the hostess with the mostess who brought us hostess, but fresh made. Give it up for QM. Hi.
Hello.
Thank
I need to
you.
find your chat.
I went to the stream itself, honestly.
Yes, I know you did. That's
Maybe
what
I
I'm
wanna
saying. I
pull
need
that
to
up.
find your chat.
The Twitch app is weird.
The Twitch app is very weird.
There we go. I've got your chat.
Like, okay. There we
Hello,
go.
Retro. Hello, Sapphire. How
Hi,
you guys
everyone.
doing?
Let's make
Wait for
sure
somebody
I'm
to
not.
say something in your chat so I can know it's working.
Make sure.
Hello.
Something. There, I've said something in
Okay.
the chat.
Yay.
Tell your friends we're doing a stream. It's wet out.
Yeah.
Very wet out. Yes, it's raining.
Oh, you all got the nice microphone.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a really nice mic.
We
I
had
like
to
this
get
thing.
we had to get a replacement. So
Well,
Oh.
we need to upgrade.
Yeah, we do.
it is a little nicer, honestly. Yeah.
Well, ours, the cord keeps falling out the bottom. So
Oh no, loose
we-
hole.
Yeah, we get.
Your microphone's a
There's
slut.
a wet
Our
spot.
microphone is a slut.
I don't know when I lubed it up. I put it in.
It's going into
I
retirement.
don't think I can say what happened yesterday on the stream. I think my
can't.
spouse will kill me.
I will murder
I don't think
you.
so.
So everyone, you imagine at home.
Imagine what came after that sentence. Now,
Boozy, you guys set this all up. So why don't you tell everyone where we are, but not very precisely.
Okay, so the exact addresses.
God damn
Jesus
it.
We're
Christ.
only fucking here for one more day. Like, none of these people
Ah.
live around here.
Until someone does.
They'll get here and meet Steve.
Dude,
Did you watch the ghost stories? That's how you summon them. Mm-hmm. They were watching a ghost show and it summoned the ghost.
We are in Bethany Beach, Delaware, about 10 minutes away from Rehoboth Beach and 20 minutes away from Ocean City in a lovely townhouse on a salt marsh a block away from the beach. It is QM's and I's anniversary. So we said we're going to take a romantic weekend and we're going to bring these two idiots.
we ruined it. That's how it works. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for organizing this. This is an absolute blast. I love the place. We have a coffin cabinet that fell off the wall and almost killed one of us when we were on the toilet. Thank you for fixing that.
The toilet in our room has no seat.
Wait, just in general.
Well, like there
well, the
is a
seat
seat,
is there, but it's not attached.
Oh.
I found this out the hard way.
And the seal on the toilet leaks. Have we told the owner that the seal on the
I'm
toilet
going
leaks?
to. I'm going
Let's
to
tell
let
the
them
owner
know.
that before we leave so I don't pay to repair their toilet, because it was like that when we got here.
Yeah, no,
100%.
I don't know if they're going to believe it. They're going to take one look at the two of us. We're like, no, you fuckers clogged the toilet.
I mean, it's nice. We got here, and they're like, we have Wi-Fi, and it's a smart TV, and they're streaming, and we see Hulu, and we immediately log in to see how we can work the Hulu, and we find out Steve has Hulu Live. We don't know who the fuck Steve is. We've never met Steve. We have no idea who Steve is. So we're assuming that Steve was one of the owners. Based on Steve, like we learned a lot about Steve by going through the apps that Steve logged into on this TV. Steve has Hulu Live. Steve has children.
Definitely has children,
Definitely
yep.
has children.
Yeah. Steve has HBO Max. He has two profiles on HBO Max. There is Steven, formal Steve.
Yep.
Formal Steve doesn't watch much. Then we have Steve, and on Steve's profile, we're assuming Steve has children, because Steve's profile had two things in its watch history. Mecha Sesame Street Builders
That's a solid show.
It is a solid
and the
show.
Sex Lives of College Girls. Steve got about 10 minutes into episode 1 of that. So,
We assumed he finished.
It was all that and football.
he didn't finish the show, but he finished something.
No, he finished.
And at the end, Fox News. Afterwards, I don't know if that's his come down or something.
So we assumed,
How do you feel bad
maybe
about
he's
it?
got an anger kink.
That's the guilt part.
and the Netflix profile just had a family's last name on it. So we assumed that the downstairs TV, because it has the Hulu with the cable and all of that stuff on it, that must be the owner of the place, and they probably just have a Hulu account that they keep logged in here for guests, right? But the plot fucking thickened. Because there was something that said cable box, and we clicked on it, and they've got actual cable. So I don't know if Steve is the owner or not, but I'm erring very heavily on the side of this. Now, you all don't have a TV in your room. We have a TV in our room.
Correct.
So last night I'm logging into the Hulu upstairs, and I'm like, I'm sure it'll be Steve. It's not. It's Michael.
Yep.
Michael is logged into the Hulu in the master bed.
The master bedroom has a totally different profile.
Totally for everything.
Now we need to find out who Michael is. We just need to.
We were already working on Steve. We have to switch our investigation.
It gets more fun.
So it's a mystery now.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much about Michael. You know what Michael doesn't have? Michael does not have Hulu Live with TV. Michael's cheap. Michael has regular Hulu with the ads plan.
Oh, good old ads.
Aw.
At least it's not the same ad over and over and over.
Look, the live-in slave gets a little less, otherwise it's not as fun. So you get the basic.
The living slave doesn't get the master bedroom.
Well, the toilet doesn't work in there.
Oh, the toilet doesn't work in there?
There you
Just
go.
like the live-in slave.
So
Well, I mean, it could be a gay couple that, you know.
okay, it's a gay couple with a bunch of kids in a place owned by someone named Gabrielle, and the gay couple's name is Michael and Steve.
Well, maybe she's just a rental agent.
I'm more concerned.
Then she has a Pennsylvania phone number. It makes no sense.
I'm more concerned that in this story, the gay couple are watching Fox News. There's more questions.
Again, Anger King.
Anger,
Yeah, like,
Anger King.
so fucking mad. Let's
Hey,
fuck.
Guilty.
Let's fuck.
Speaking of gay couples, we had a wonderful night Friday. We got here, and for years I've been trying to get Alkali to agree to go to a gay bar with me. So we got here Friday, and we decided there was a drag show, Rehoboth Beach, in case you're not aware. There are gay meccas on the East Coast. There is Provincetown. And Provincetown, Massachusetts is a gay mecca for the rich gays from New York City. We are not Provincetown rich gays. Mm-hmm. Okay? Then there is, obviously, you know, Fire Island. That's for the middle-class gays of New York.
Middle.
Yes,
Oh, nice,
yes.
nice.
Then there is Rehoboth Beach. And Rehoboth Beach is for the D.C., the Philly, the Boston. That is the little gay community that could for the other ones. And during the summer, it's amazing. And we are not Rehoboth Beach during the summer, rich gays. We do not have that level of gay wealth. What we have is 10 miles outside of Rehoboth Beach in February gay money.
That's the way it should be.
We got a nice discount on this place.
And that makes me even happier to be here.
Hey,
Peter the
what's up?
Bear, thank you for that
Oh,
sub. You rock, dude.
Thank
So
you.
we are going into Rehoboth Beach on Friday. We're going to go see a drag show. Fun fact, every bar in Delaware is also a restaurant. We're going in there, and we order a lift. And our Lyft driver gets here. His name is Khalid. I liked Khalid.
Khalid rock.
Khalid was good. Khalid is driving us in, and we're talking about dick.
Yeah.
And Khalid just out of nowhere goes, "You all are talking about dick, and I am trying my hardest not to stare at that statue, because there's a giant statue on the main road into town here that looks like a penis with a boot on its head."
It's kind of perfect for the area.
It looked
Yeah.
like Vermin Supreme.
It did.
Oh my god, I forgot about Vermin Supreme.
And Khalid was wonderful. We went to the drag show. We had a great time. The drag queens have something for Sasquatch, apparently.
All of them hit on him. All of them.
Because he's hot.
They weren't hitting him.
Yeah, they
We
were.
all
All
being
of
ni-
them were.
That is not how hitting works.
Every
Wait, we were all being
single
nice.
One of them twisted
Okay.
your nipples. All of them.
We were all
You
being
guys
nice.
hitting
one.
twisters too.
No. I had one drag queen go for my slicked back hair, stop and say, "I'm not going to do it." You probably spent an hour getting it to lay like that.
Literally
That
every
was
drag
funny.
queen touched you. I didn't get touched once. What do you think?
No, you got
You're
touched.
like, oh, it's all the same.
You got touched. You got touched by our friend Anton.
And I was
Yeah.
very touched by Anton.
And
We
the
made
guy-
a new friend.
And the guy who wanted to buy us whiskey.
Oh, yeah, he was just trying to get in my pants.
Yeah.
Which
Up your skirt.
I did not how to react to
Up
that.
your skirt.
Oh, no,
He
no.
was trying to get up your skirt.
No, he said, oh, you got... Well, first he said, oh,
I love
yeah,
your
man,
kilt. I love
I
your
like
kilt.
letting it all hang
kilt.
out. And I'm like, do I just lift my skirt and show I have nothing to hang out? It's like, I feel like I have an obligation to correct him. But I'm just like, fuck it. I'm too drunk and high and stoned right now. Never mind. But yeah.
I have retweeted.
Thank you.
No problem. I couldn't find the tweet.
So there we are. And we come. I step outside for a cigarette. I come back in, and we have picked up a fifth to our foursome. A nice older gentleman sitting at the end of our table. And I sit down, and I watch him for a minute, and I go, "Who's that?" And Alcala says, "Oh, that's Anton." Anton had walked in and said, "I'd like to sit with you. Is that okay?" And we said, "Oh, yes, of course." And he sat at the end of the table. And then he looked over at us and said, "Keep in mind, we are at a drag show in a crowded gay bar. We have drinks with flashing ice cubes.
And umbrellas. The umbrellas.
And
were
umbrellas.
important. The umbrella, which definitely did not poke QM in the eye until they angrily threw the umbrella, and all of us went, meh. And it just kind of floated down to the table.
I just thought it would land. I didn't expect it to parachute over the table.
There is something beautiful about being so angry you need to throw something from your person, and that thing goes, no, fuck you. I'm going to float gently to the earth.
Keep in mind, we are all middle-aged. It has been a while since we have been to a gay bar. Mm-hmm. So we look at the menu and we decide we're going to order, oh, we can get Yingling, we can get whiskey, we can get scotch, or we can get the Bambi Pink Anal Sex Fuck Fest.
With the glowing
in
the drink. Just the constant
they
flashes.
tell you what's in every drink, and they all had names like that. They tell you what's in every drink, and that one was literally, we got 2 types of vodka, we got 2 types of schnapps, and we got a splash of lemon lime soda and a flashy ice cube. And we're like, we want that one.
Do not misrepresent that drink. A splash denotes that they did something other than look at the can of Sprite while pouring your cocktail. There was no Sprite in that. There was no carbonation in that. There was booze and a laser light show in that, and that is it.
Hi, Ronnie.
So Anton,
hey, dude.
The older gay man at the end of the bar, looks up, sees all of us just classily doing this around the umbrella for our flashing gay in a cup, and says, "My sister's father-in-law died today." And immediately I go, that is the strangest opening I have ever fucking heard.
That was the opening. That was the icebreaker.
Yeah.
The icebreaker was good. And there was a moment of conversation, and then the next drag queen came out, and it was awesome. But the post-open, the way that Anton deals with mourning, because Anton had their back to us watching and was holding their phone up very clearly, very much in eyesight. And what was Anton doing?
Anton was scrolling through Grindr.
I am so sad about my recent loss. Ooh, high-flying twinks.
I swear to God, I heard him at one point go, nice cock. So, nobody was... But look, here's the
Tical, thank you for that sub.
Here's the secret of boozy drinking. I'm a talker. I like to meet people when I drink. So everybody else is in our insular little 4 queer circle.
Thank you, Tical.
Like ordering Barbie anal fuck after Barbie anal fuck to our table. It's just like a fucking miniature rave of glowing ice cubes. And I go, I'm going to go talk to Anton. So I step to the end of the table. I have a conversation with Anton. Oh, I learned a lot about Anton.
Yes, you did.
Anton is from Jersey.
Oh.
Yes. Anton is in his 60s. Anton caught COVID.
Oh.
But there was a good side to COVID for Anton.
Oh, yeah?
Anton lost 200 pounds.
200 pounds.
Anton had a surgery where they take his blood out and re-inject it into his face to tighten his skin.
Holy shit.
Anton could eat a piece of meat the size of my pinky. But only one. If he ate more than one every day, he would get sick. I learned this in detail as I sipped the gayest drink on earth.
Did he get surgery to have it so that he can't eat that much meat?
I do not know. We did not clarify that. Because shortly after telling me about the time Anton ate 5 pieces of meat and his body rejected it from both ends.
The kind of topic you want to talk about
Keeping
when watching
in
a drag
mind-
show.
During this entire conversation, Anton has not stopped scrolling Grindr. Anton is very, very invested in the conversation with me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not bothering him. He is a full participant in this conversation.
And it's like, oh my
he
God.
wanted to talk, but he was not putting down the twink dicks.
Yeah.
No, it's
The
not.
whiplash was like, oh my God, so sorry for your loss. Hey, it's Whitney Houston. That's
That was good.
So Anton is telling me all this, and then Anton goes, "Where are you all from?" And I go, "We're from Philly." He goes, "Oh, I'm from Jersey. I'm here on the weekend." I said, "Well, good. I hope you have a good time." And Anton goes, "Yeah." And he finishes his drink. He goes, "What are you all here for?" I go, "Oh, it's my husband Ray's and I's anniversary." He goes, "I'm gonna buy all of you drinks." So he bought a round of drinks for the table, and we're like, should we get like fucking cheap shit? And he's like, "Get whatever you want." We're like, "Okay, more Barbie anal fuck."
Barbie anal fuck is not the name of the. It should have been.
It should have been.
Barbie.
Like, all the names were so gay.
Yeah.
Like, we saw the menu, we're like, "Oh, it's a pride parade on the bar tap."
Well, I love the one QM got. They just brought out a cocktail glass, a martini glass, filled with cotton candy.
And then
they
said,
just
"Get out
poured
your
liquor
camera,
over-
it melts." I loved that.
I
That's
did
really
too.
cool. I didn't see that. That's awesome.
Yeah, they
So-
literally poured the booze over and you watched it dissolve, and
that's
then
cool.
QM had what I can only describe as gasoline with a bit of cotton candy in it.
Yeah,
That was
it
a
was
strong
potent. Holy
drink.
shit.
That was
So
insane.
Anton
It was.
stands up around for the table and happy anniversary, and he's happy anniversary. That's just so wonderful. You don't see a lot of queer couples who have been together that long. My children don't know I'm gay.
That the whiplash. The whiplash on that.
And I go, "Oh," and he goes, "Yes, I got divorced in 2001 to live my life." And I'm like, "That's good." He's like, "And my children don't know I'm gay," and leans in and goes, "Don't tell them." And I'm like, "I don't know your children."
You're gonna tweet his photo. Hey everyone, this is Anton.
If this is your dad, I got news for you. I've seen who he's hooking up with tonight. He's doing okay.
And I love, as this one happens, as the news has been broken that they are heavily in the closet, all of us are sitting there staring with dollar bills held at the ready as the drag queens are coming around and collecting the money. And we have stopped watching the moment it was, "And my children don't know." Huh? Money.
Oh, and the thing was, like, I went, "This is a drag show." The drag queens are circling the place doing their shows, and they're doing wonderful.
Oh, they were
Circling the
fantastic.
place doing their shows. And Anton, and, when they do that, you're supposed to tip them. They make their money doing that. They're performers. We're performers. We respect the hustle. So we're like, "Where's an ATM? We got to get a 20. Anton, while doing this, want to just tell you, like, Anton was multitasking because Anton was scrolling Grindr, telling me, congratulating us on our anniversary, telling me how heavily in the closet he is, and pulling dollar bills out of his pocket at the same fucking time. Anton has it down.
Oh, yeah.
Anton had a science to this. Anton gets up to, we have a very emotional conversation about his children not knowing he's gay, and I'm like, "Well, it can be rough. How do I respond? My children fucking obviously know we are. Unless they just think we've been roommates for their entire lives."
Those
God,
two,
they
I
were
think they're
roommates.
brother sister. And
So Anton says, "It's been wonderful," gets up, walks outside, he walks out the door, he walks down the street, we look at the table, and the Grindr notification comes on Anton's phone that is sitting on the table. Anton was good at multitasking right up until it was time to remember his fucking phone.
truly.
So I grab his phone, I run out the door, and I'm standing in front of a gay bar in Rehoboth Beach, Maryland, Delaware, at midnight, screaming into the night and the empty street, "Anton!"
Anton! Nothing for 2 times, and then what happened?
"Anton! You forgot your phone!
Right when that's happening.
Here he fucking comes!
Yeah.
Out of an alleyway?
Yeah.
Like, where was he going?
No, he was. I think he was just there. I think we know what Anton was doing.
So, by this point, we are well and truly lit, and we
Oh,
have not
yeah.
drank like this in a while. And all these drinks are very fruity drinks that we have been drinking, because we are drinking off the game menu. Like it's like the secret menu, except you have to walk in and go, they give you the game menu.
It's very gay.
So we've been drinking off the game menu, which means they're very fruity. None of them taste like liquor, and all of them are nothing fucking but liquor.
Yeah.
And this is when about 12:31 o'clock the drinks start to hit us. So Alcala and I stepped outside for a cigarette. We came back in. My lovely spouse has his head down on the table, and his eyes are open, head on the table. I'm like, oh God, my husband's dead. So there we are, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" They're like, "Yeah." And I go, "Honey, you have to lift your head up. If they think you're falling asleep, they're going to throw us out. We're gonna call the fucking Uber home, like right now. Mm-hmm. But you gotta lift your head up."
Oh yeah, and I had been up since like 5:30 at that
Oh,
point.
yeah, that
I
was a
fucking-
long
Yeah,
day.
and
Yeah.
right after I say it, the bartender comes up and goes, "They can't be asleep in here." I'm like, "They're not asleep. Their eyes are open. They're responsive, and they're just about to order coffee while we're waiting on the cab."
That's a good way to handle it.
Yeah, and so I ordered coffee.
Yeah. So Alkali calls the cab. Now, I had ordered the Lyft to there. Alkali utilizes Uber. Here's the difference. On the way there, we had Khalid, who
Khalid.
joked with us about dicks and was an amazing driver.
What
was
a
like,
wonderful
was
guy.
like,
He
you
was
all
so
have fun.
pleasant.
Like, I'm like,
He was so
you know,
pleasant.
if Khalid is from a country that doesn't like gay people, he hides it well, because Khalid was wonderful. On the way back, we got Doug.
Doug.
I do not remember Doug.
You don't. I
this
love
point-
that you don't remember.
We
Doug.
hit the fresh air, and I remember nothing.
Here's what I remember about Doug. He had a red hat, he had a big beard, and this was him the entire time.
We got into Doug's car, and Doug said, "Did y'all have fun tonight?" And we went, "Yeah." He goes, "That's good. That's good." Friendly enough at that point, right?
Yeah,
Like, maybe
no, it
not
started
so much
off
for the fuck
okay.
conversation, but he's starting to talk. He's like, "Yeah, it could be." We leave. We take one left. We are on the block right next door.
Yeah, we are less
And
than
I
a block
say,
away.
Does everybody have their wallets? Does everybody have their keys? Yes. Does everybody have their phones? And Sandy goes, "Fuck!" So
Oh, God!
so Alkali and I go, we're like a block away. Doug, would you mind riding back over there so we can grab the phone? And he pulls back up.
No,
Sandy
he waited a good
Oh, yeah, he
2
was
seconds
thinking about
while
it.
still going in the same direction. Fine. Like, oh, that was an option for that not to happen.
we just had a moment. So we turn around. Sandy goes in. Sandy gets their phone. Sandy comes back, and that has flipped the switch in Doug.
Oh, Doug is done.
Doug is done.
Doug.
Doug does not want to fucking deal with us. Doug has no like there were times that between Rehoboth Beach and Bethany Beach is a stretch of US 1 that just goes through a Delaware park. There's nothing. You go over a bridge, you're on an island, there's parkland, there's nothing else. You go over another bridge, you're back in civilization, right? We have to cross that with Doug. And on the fucking highway, US 1, nothing there except sand dunes and fucking despair. Doug starts to slow the car down, and I'm like, "Oh, this is how I die."
This is where they go.
Oh my God.
Because Sandy left their phone at the gay bar.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I knew I should have asked Anton to drive us home.
Oh my god.
Hi, bad kid. Oh my, yeah, no, he was not it. We tried to engage multiple times. We didn't even get so much as a nod. It was full, you are not here, you owe me money, and that is the only reason I haven't driven this car off a bridge.
So we get back to the place we're staying. We get out. Alkali gives Doug 5 stars.
Absolutely.
Alkali gives Doug a tip. We walk in. Doug drives off. We walk in. QM immediately falls asleep on the couch. We're sitting here. We start making Timmy's mimosas.
Timmy's Mimosas is such a bad name.
Timmy's Mimosa.
And we're sitting here drinking our Timmy's mimosas, and Alkaline goes, the only reason I tipped him is he didn't abandon us in the fucking state park.
I mean, it was a legitimate concern.
I'm like, that's the bar for sure. Just don't sacrifice us to the gods of this. We've read Lovecraft.
I appreciate people going above and beyond in that moment. We had a moment. We forgot our cell phone. They did turn around. Fine, they get a tip. But we saw the employee of the year while we were at the drag show. Because do we not remember the drag queen that came up to us going with a very high energy song, going absolutely crazy.
She was
And it was her first time. It was her first
That was
time.
the first time
and
ever.
she was nailing it.
Unbelievable. We are staring, slack-jawed, dollar bills raised, like, wow. And I believe in a moment, she took our silence, and all of us touched brain penises. Because without prompting, she goes...
Looks us dead in the eyes while fucking doing not a small girl, doing
High
high
kicks.
kicks
Oh,
and
yeah.
high energy. Whitney Houston's blaring, she's mouthing, and she stops mouthing under her breath, direct, like in the fucking stage voice you use when you're shifting your voice to get it away from the mic while you're talking.
Yep.
Somebody. She goes, this is fucking exhausting. Grabs our dollars and continues
I'm
to the
fucking dying.
That was so good. That was so... I loved her. She was amazing.
I thought y'all prompted it somehow.
No,
She
there was
like,
no
you know, like,
prompting.
this is
Completely.
fucking exhausting.
She looked at
I
our
was
table
dying.
and went, this is a group of comedians and performers. And maybe she heard us talking outside about... Because Alkaline and I were smoking. She was saying over there with the pre-stage shitters.
Yeah.
And Alkaline and I were talking about, one performer to another. I don't think I could do, like, fucking comedy, that high energy with high kicks and shit.
No, I can't do life that high energy with high kicks. If I have to take out the garbage, I'm done for the week.
If you knew it was part of the show, could you throw a high kick for us?
If I knew it was part of the show, I
see?
could break my hip.
Exactly.
Once.
Now you get it.
Once.
Once. Yeah.
Yeah, you really only get one on that.
You're right.
Yeah, so we get back here. We're drinking our Timmy's mimosas. I pissed everybody off. I introduced them to Timmy's mimosas this weekend, and everybody's like, that sounds disgusting. And then they had one.
Explain what a Timmy's mimosa is.
Okay, so what is a real mimosa?
Real mimosa would be champagne and orange juice. A beautiful little sparkling mimosa.
A Timmy's mimosa is vodka and Sunny D.
Yep.
I
And
can't.
I hate that it works.
I hate that. I hate so much that it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really
It
good.
is.
Now we need to figure out a drink for the purple stuff. We
Right?
gotta figure out a drink for the purple stuff.
Absolutely. I thought that was called like Purple Rain or whatever.
No, Purple Rain
Yeah, it's different.
is when you take a Long Island iced tea and take out the sweet and sour and the Coke. Purple Rain is just the boozes inside of a Long Island. It's atrocious.
So we get back here, we're having Timmy's mimosas. My lovely spouse, who upon our exit from the bar, said these words. I weigh half as much of all of you, and I drank more than any of you. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a fun night.
This is great.
We get back.
Yeah, I'm used to sipping things to enjoy. Like when I drink to enjoy it,
Right.
and I usually sip whatever I'm drinking. And I forgot how to drink like I'm in college.
You were hypnotized by the flashing ice cube.
Yes,
That's
I mean,
why I
like,
like keep drinking.
These drinks were nefarious. They were the type of drinks where there's
Yeah, it's
so
like
much
90%
liquor in it, but
alcohol
they
and-
disguise the flavor.
Yep.
So you don't realize how much alcohol is in it. We get back here, QM is immediately lays down, goes to sleep. Fine. A few times I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I need to make sure they're okay. So we're getting reaction. I'm like, I don't have to get a reaction, so I threw a sock at them. Because 17 years together, I have learned fucking my socks will trigger the fuck out of you.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god.
So they wake up and they look down. They go, "You threw a sock at me." And went upstairs to get in the tub, and I go, "I'm gonna go make sure they're okay." Now, Alkaline and Andy are still down here. Why don't you tell them what you heard 4 minutes later from your perspective?
We are sitting in here watching something on Netflix, getting ready to go to bed. And from upstairs, we hear some noise, muffled talking, and loudly and clearly booming through the house, "Because you will die!" And me and Zane went, "Oh, maybe we should stay up for a bit in case we're needed."
So what had happened was, and by the way, this is when QM's memory restarts.
Oh yeah.
Like, Timmy Samosa?
I don't remember anything
No,
from
I'm
walking
good.
out of the bar until getting in the tub.
This is when QM's memory kicks the fuck back in. They're in the tub. They are doing what they do at home, filling the tub up enough that they can lounge with their face just inches above the water. But they are drunk, and I know they are drunk. So I go in the bathroom, and I'm like, "Okay, honey, I need you to wash up. I need you to get out of the tub. I understand you want, but I need you to wash up. I need you to get out." They're like, "Oh, okay, well, I said, "No, you need to get out of the tub. Like, wash up, then let's get you out of the tub and get you into bed." "Did you put the sheets on the bed?" I went, "No, I didn't put the sheets on the bed. There's a comforter on the bed, though. We have a big blanket. We'll put the sheets on the bed in the morning. We just sleep on top of the comforter at night." "Well, we have to have sheets on the bed." This entire time, their face is this far. Like their nose and lips are the only things sticking above the goddamn water.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, "Well, I can't put sheets on the bed until you get out of the tub." Like, "I'm going to get out of the tub. I'll wash up and get out of the tub. You go put the sheets on the bed while I do that." I go, "I can't." "Well, no, you go out there, you put the sheets on the bed while I'm washing up and I get out of the tub. I'm just gotta lay here for a minute." I'm like, "I can't leave the bathroom until you're getting out of the tub." And QM goes, "Yes, you can." I go, "No, I can't." They're getting upset. They go, "Why?" I go, "Because you will die."
Very loudly.
Like, what?
I lost it. Holy shit.
Oh, that's so funny.
That was the best.
So we both break down laughing, which relieves Alkaline and Zanny, who are sitting at the bottom of the stairs wondering if I'm about
fuck?
to murder myself.
Yes!
Like, oh, do they need help? Perhaps we should be ready. Then we hear hysterical laughter. I'm like, "We're good. We're fine now."
Like, I had to know, like, when you saw, like...
Coda, thank you for that sub.
Thank you, so Coda. Where you saw them in the tell, like, "Oh God, I saw Whitney Houston earlier. That was the angels trying to warn me. I can't leave now. I saw Whitney. I get it. I can't leave this room."
Hey, Seamus.
I'm like,
That's how I will know.
so the next morning, I discovered from my spouse that their recollection completely ended up leaving the bar, and I'm like, "No, I kind of figured something like that because we got in the Uber and you were out."
Oh yeah, you were
Like,
you were
you
very,
got in
very
here,
much
you laid
feeling
my
good.
I'm like, "Okay, they're not gonna remember. They probably remember the end of the night at the bar. They're not gonna remember shit after that until tomorrow." The next morning, though, I find out that QM's memory comes back in with me looming over them in the bathtub as they're mostly underwater, going, "You will die!" And then both of us laughing hysterically.
It's a good place to come in at. That's a good place to regain memory, and you will die.
Oh my God.
What a good time! What a good time that
That's
was. I
fucking
absolutely loved it.
hilarious.
I loved going and walking the beach yesterday.
Oh, that was wonderful.
That was so nice. I'd been to the other coast, but this beach over here, this is Rehoboth, right?
This is Bethany Beach.
Bethany Beach. I mean, as far as you can see, just
Yeah,
this
we're not
beautiful.
Rehoboth Beach wealthy gay.
Oh, right. We're not that.
We're 10 miles outside of Rehoboth Beach in the off-season wealthy gay.
We were wealthy gay to the point where they were doing a winter fun run. They had shut down the street for. We're seeing people with numbers on their chest, and I'm like, "Ooh, the slave auction is going." No, it's not the gay slave auction.
What happens? The whole fucking town was out for the fun run.
And
Yeah.
they all said hi to us. It was so crazy.
Oh, I loved it.
Like everyone's
I loved
like,
it.
"Hello."
Yeah.
It's so nice
so
here.
nice.
The little charming bookstore.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was so
I
nice.
love the bookstore.
When was the last time I've been in a bookstore that wasn't a Barnes and Noble? And like, it was so nice, yeah.
What I loved was the lady who owned the bookstore who very obviously had shelves of books that were for the tourist to read, and then the ones she wanted you to read.
I like that. I like that they have them sectioned off by, you might actually like this on the beach.
There was a candle that smelled like Boozy.
Yep.
They're very, very too close. Too close.
Yeah, it
They
was
bottled you,
weird.
dude.
We with that around the town, because it is like during the summer, these small towns on the beaches do get a lot of weekenders.
I bet. Yeah.
And they're really nice little communities, by the way. Like if you get a chance, come to one of them. Summer, winter, whatever. There's more shit to do in the summer, but because they have a lot of out of towners during the summer and during the spring, they have the rules for the beach fucking everywhere around town.
Oh yeah.
Like and they're not the same rules. Like there's like little reminders of specific rules scattered around the community. Like remember, no camping on the beach from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. Doug. Please respect our beaches. No drug use on any of the beaches. Again. Doug. There is no smoking on the boardwalk.
Doug.
Doug. I love the rules. There's also, don't forget, they've got the historical placards.
Oh yeah.
I love
historical placards on the little houses.
Yeah, one historical placard like, this was built from a family from Pittsburgh. Oh, how nice. This house was rotated 180 degrees so it could face the ocean. I have questions.
The thing is they were right next to each other. Like one of them was like, this house was built facing Main Street. And then they lifted it and rotated it 150 degrees so they could face the ocean and built a front deck to face the ocean. And we're like, wouldn't it have been easier to build it to face the fucking ocean in the first place? Then the place right next door is the Stott family from Pittsburgh built this house. It already faced the ocean. And I'm like, it's like the date it was built was like 2 years after the one next to it. I'm like, did the Stotts come back here? And they're like, you know what, we're going to show these motherfuckers how it's done. But the Stotts had an ornamental lighthouse built on the top of their house that was missing the light. And I'm like, there's a story behind that missing light.
There's an ordinance behind that missing light. I'm fairly certain.
That's one of the rules.
Because like, we found out yesterday as we were driving around, this stretch of beach had an artillery unit pointed out to sea during World War II and had 13 concrete fire control towers built along the beach, one of them that we passed, to pinpoint the artillery fire going out to sea because they were worried about enemy ships. So I am wondering if maybe the Stotts lit the light at the wrong fucking time.
Right? Found them. I also love, there's a new level of throwing shade when you get a historical placard put outside your house making fun of your neighbor's stupidity that needed to have a house rotated by 100. Like, no, we're not going to just tell them. We're getting historical landmark status.
Just to say, our house already faced the beach. We had it built that way.
What a beautiful city. What a beautiful city. The main street, so nice. So nice. Meeting the shell-shocked rich gays while sitting at a...
Oh my God. When we came in, we were looking for a place to eat, and we learned something about Bethany Beach. During the winter, nothing fucking opens until 4. When it comes to restaurants, all of them are closed until 4 p.m.
That
At
probably
4 p.m. they open. Because probably they only do dinner business.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are probably off-season hours.
Right? As we're standing at one of the places that is open in the middle of the day, realizing they have nothing QM can eat, so we're not going to be able to eat there. We're going to have to find somewhere else to eat, which we did. We found a wonderful little restaurant to eat.
Yeah, it was delicious.
That's a really good one.
There was a gay couple sitting there with their friend, their female friend. And all we kept hearing them say was, "Thank you so much for driving down from the city. Thank you so much for driving down from the city to have lunch and spend time with us. Thank you." Like, they're both going back and forth. And that's when I realized this is a middle-aged gay couple that was like, you know what? Let's buy a place down in Bethany and Rehoboth. We met there. It's nice. We have money. We just buy a house down there and did not realize that this town is now devoid of gay after fucking September 30th until May of next year. So they are probably the only gay couple in this area right now. And they were calling their friend to come into town so they had something to do. And we got in the car, we're all talking about this, and it gets quiet afterwards. And then I'm like, I'd give them like 6 more months of living here together before they realize we're the only two right now.
It's just lesbians.
Help us, sugar mama. You're our only hope.
God damn it.
It is funny how quiet it is out here. When we were just hanging out and listening at night, like, my God, you could, we would just hear the machines going off. It's like, it is really quiet. Like, I'm sure, like you said,
Have a good one,
bustling.
Cosmic.
Yeah, have a good one.
Have a good show, break a leg.
Yeah.
No,
Except
I
not
do. I love how quiet it is out here. When we stand outside, you for a while you're just trying to pick out, what is that noise? What? Oh, it's the lack of sirens.
That's
and
just my
fireworks.
That's my tinnitus.
That's
going
just my.
off.
That's our Chicago tinnitus.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so quiet out here. Until Boozy tries to open his truck, then we're playing roulette again.
Your truck is so temperamental.
We have started to. We're going out to my truck. Sometimes the alarm goes off. Sometimes the key fob deactivates it. We never know until we try the door.
I still love your back door. So there's something. Boozy's truck has the child lock forever engaged.
Yeah,
on
we
the
gotta
back
fix
door.
that.
I
One
love
of
your
the
back door
doors.
too.
Aww. So every once in a while, I'd have to get out of the car. I'd go over there. I'd go get Zanny out, and they're looking out the window, full cobalt mode. And they
Scrapping out the window because I can't get the fuck out.
Before the next time, we will figure out why we can't get the child lock disengaged and get that thing.
we'll just get a Jimmy stick. It'll be fine.
We'll just go climb out the other side.
Climb up the window.
Oh, but I just love. So yesterday though, I didn't make the alarm go off when we left the beach.
It was nice.
Zanny did.
Wait, what I do?
We were walking back to the car. I hit the unlock. I said it's unlocked. And every time I've unlocked the car, I've walked to the driver's side door. I said, "Will it happen?" And pulled the fucking handle. And when it doesn't go off, I'm like, "Yay!" And when it does go off, I'm like, "Oh." So I do. Okay, it's unlocked. Will it happen? And Zanny pulls the door open. Honk, 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 while I'm a good fucking 20 steps away. Because the way that you deactivate my car alarm when it goes off is you have to put your key in the driver's side door and turn it to the right, and that automatically deactivates the car alarm.
I love
Oh my
your car.
God.
Oh, what did Ginger says? Wait, it's quiet, and y'all are there. It's quiet, and Boozy and Alkali are there.
Well, exactly.
I
Well,
call
no,
BS.
there were several times last night where I'm like, hey, we might want to take this inside because we're being a little loud.
We were being pretty
We haven't
freaking
stepped
loud.
on the back porch once since we fucking got
We
here.
haven't. There's a nice little fenced-in porch.
We'll drink
Yeah.
out there tonight.
Well, because the owner sent us a message like, "Oh, by the way, please don't smoke on the screened-in back porch."
Which I guess is for reasons.
Well, I'm guessing the reason is somebody rented the place, stepped out there to smoke, and left the
the door
fucking
open
screen
or
door
something.
open and filled the house with the smell of smoke.
Or, there was multiple people. They were politely smoking on the back porch, like you do sometimes at conventions. You step outside and you smoke a substance that, at the time may not have been legal. And as you're standing out there smoking, people keep going in and out and in and out and opening the door to the climate-controlled building and then a friend of yours, possibly not even a human, a coyote, walks onto the porch and goes, "We need to go now." And that's when we realized that the smoke had filled the entirety of the hotel room and was seeping into the hallways because the door was being opened so much it was taking 5 to 6 people's smoke and just pulling it into the room. Looks at me dead in the eyes and go, "We can't get caught." Like, right! So we all left the room. And when security showed up a while later, there was no one in there. So obviously there wasn't a party. Problem solved.
Hi, Raven. Where's my
Must
kobolds
have
for a
been
minute?
another room.
Will you call out for
Oh,
me
my kobolds!
for a minute?
Oh,
Sorry. This is our hell.
oh,
We did this.
we made this happen.
That's right.
Yellow kobold?
What?
Hi.
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 Ah!
We're in a house.
Yeah, we're in a house. You haven't broken
Hello
anything in
from
the
your
house?
friendly neighborhood bisexual trans man. Hello, Raven.
Hi, Raven.
Hi, Raven. Is that- is
Now,
that-
when you say friendly neighborhood, which neighborhood? Because we're in Delaware right now.
Ah.
I thought Antoine came on the chat. I was going to be horrified.
Oh God! If Anton showed up like, I told you not to tell my kids, my son the furry just messaged me. Like, by the way, like, cause
I'm waiting for it.
the guy's name isn't Anton. Because Alkala and I have decided that this is a story that we're going to split telling on stage when we're performing together. Like, we're going to tell it back and forth like we did now. But we were sitting there, we're like, we're joking about it, but we don't want to out this guy using his real name at that point. We're like, we don't want to out him. We got to change his name. Because there is a non-zero chance one of his kids is a furry. One of his kids will see our shit, and one of his kids will recognize all of this as being their dad.
And I'm sorry, there's no way that they don't remember us. Our new friend definitely remembered us because, again, you stood outside of a gay bar.
Anton!
And they just wandered out of an alleyway.
I did it
Yeah.
so dramatically, too. I did it so dramatically.
The best part is when he popped out when you mentioned the phone.
Like I was standing there screaming dramatically into the night his name with all of my heart, like he had just like he was my true love who had just boarded a flight to fucking China and out of my life. Anton! All I needed was like rain and the ability to fall on my knees without having to go to the ER.
And it's fucking
my
quiet in
God.
the streets.
It was very quiet.
Dead quiet.
Yeah.
And he was not coming. And there's like, you forgot your phone. And the alley wasn't like way up the street. It was like half a block down.
Yeah.
Like he was obviously standing in the alley listening.
Oh,
to me
sure,
scream
standing.
his name.
Probably waiting for somebody.
Waiting. I hope he was busy.
It wasn't ready yet. He was going over there and prepping, or else he would not have come out when we mentioned the cell phone. He didn't need it anymore.
He was
at that
getting ready
point.
for his
Are you
Tinder
kidding me?
date.
I think Anton's smarter. I think he knows I need this for future
Yeah.
things. Like, I get being president, but it's your phone. I would go get my phone.
I'd go
That's
get
a-
my phone.
That's a long. You don't want it. You don't want that. Anyway.
Oh my god! I love
Anyway.
it.
Holy shit. Hello,
We
everyone.
should go back to a gay bar night and see if Anton's there.
I bet he is. The way he was doing that was like Tuesday for him. Like, he was on automatic.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he
It was like-
obviously went there because that's where the drag queens were, so that's where the boys would be.
Yeah.
Well, also, didn't at one point the bar cut him off? Wasn't he having trouble getting drinks at one point?
Oh, really?
No, that was when he was trying to stand us up for the table, and the bar, the server wouldn't stop and take the order. I'm guessing Anton probably has a history with this place, because the bar wouldn't stop to take the order. As he was like, I'm trying to buy everybody a drink, and they just won't take my order. And I'm like,
Oh,
the
is
place
that
is,
what's
I'm like,
going
this
on?
place is packed. Give the server a moment, Anton.
Oh my god. Though they were good. When, after the drag show and everything cleared out and it turned into karaoke, I have never gotten drinks faster because she had little helper elves in the back. I ordered a drink and somebody else bought it from the bar. She never went in. I don't know how they knew what I had ordered, but before she left, I got my beer.
I just love. Yeah, no, you're like it had that like the drag show ended, and bam, we're in karaoke. Like there was
Was no transition.
3/4 of the crowd is gone, and there are guys singing country songs.
A lot of country songs.
Monica, more country songs than I would expect for a gay town in Delaware.
I mean,
right?
to be fair,
And it wasn't like Reba. If it had been like Reba or Loretta or something like that, or Dolly, I'd be like, okay, no, that track. But it was like
Honey.
fucking Clint Black, and I'm like,
Honey.
what?
half of the crowd there were lesbians. Does that even surprise you? They were playing truck music.
Oh.
The lesbians are
We
the ones
solved
who
the
braved
puzzle.
the winners in Bethany Beach.
Yeah. Okay. You're
It's
right.
too cold for the gays. They migrate
The
south
guy's like,
for the
no!
winter.
Yeah.
The lesbians stayed to batten down the hatches.
They fucking denim and flannel up.
Yep, flannel up and keep the beach ready for spring.
It was a nice beach. It was a nice beach with multiple signs that warned us: beach may collapse.
Yeah, that's what it was like.
I want to see David Attenborough. In the winter, the lesbians come out.
Okay, so a fun fact about the Delaware Beach.
Come, the best of the gays.
A fun fact about the Delaware beaches
brought
is
a rake.
unlike a lot of northeastern touristy beaches, the Delaware beaches preserve their dunes. Because so like the
very
sand dunes
cool.
that pile up at the edge of the beach, they preserve them. They fucking planch it to keep them in place. They don't just knock them down and put a boardwalk over them and call it a day. They preserve their dunes. Now, all along the beach, there would be like a side area of a dune missing, and then there'd be a bunch of signs that are like, warning, dune may collapse. And you're like, well, that's like a lesson learned. And then we get to one of the entries, because the way that you get from the boardwalk, which is behind the dune, to the beach itself is there's the boardwalk, and then there's paths kind of going over the dune. And then there is just sand piled up to that path entrance. And at one of those, there was what was obviously the beginning of a staircase down onto the beach that went like this, except half of it was fucking gone.
I
and
love-
wrapped in caution tape. I'm like, oh no, the dune may collapse.
It definitely. Don't forget the PVC guardrail was bent, which causes more questions because
Hey, look.
that's a lot of force.
Yes.
If life's taught me anything, you put a sign down, it's solved.
Zan, that is
What?
not how you clean.
That's what they did. They're like, this thing's gonna fall any day. That's too much work. Just put
Warning,
a sign saying this is fucked.
Get buried alive at your own risk.
Basically,
No. You can't get buried alive on the beach.
Oh.
Because you can't dig large holes.
That's
There's signs
true.
every fucking 20 feet telling you don't dig any large holes.
No, it did not say do not dig large holes. It said make sure to fill any large holes. And you, being the lawyer, pointed out immediately, it did not say filled with what.
Yeah, I did not say fill it with the sand you took out. It just
No,
said
it just
make
says
sure the
make sure
holes
the
are
holes are
filled
filled.
before you leave.
this is Gay Town. We fill our large holes.
Fuck!
Well, you walked right into that. Not a hole unfilled. Be responsible.
Rehoboth Beach, no hole unfilled. Get on the phone with the Bureau of Tourism. We have their next big thing.
So we found a place yesterday that was like, oh, it's take and carry steamer pots. Which is, if you don't know, it's a boil pot. It's a steam pot. It's like got crab and shrimp and sausage and corn and potatoes. It was like, take it home, put water, we've already fixed it, and you can just put our bucket right on the stove, steam it, and now you got a steamer.
From
And
Cleveland.
I was trying to find out if it was open or not. No, it's not open. Nothing's fucking open.
Nothing.
There's not a goddamn thing open in this town right now.
They are all migrated because those are the gay cooks. Obviously,
Yeah, they have migrated south for the winter.
we're down to lesbian staff.
Down to lesbians.
Except that one guy with the Trump truck.
Yeah, what was that all about?
Leave my Trump truck out of this.
Right,
that
they're parked
fucking
on-
truck.
Parked on the corner by the gay bar, just a truck, the only one I've seen. Which is just in and of itself, this is heaven. If I only saw one of those.
Yeah.
Is a truck that this guy has just plastered with Trump signs.
Beyond plastic. It was wallpapered.
Oh
in
yeah,
Trump
it was
signs.
insane.
There was no car left.
However, luckily he left his bed unlocked.
Yes, he did. I had a jungle gym with Jim in a Trump truck. because I felt this was necessary. Love that Trump truck. I got to defile a Trump truck this weekend. What have you done with your life?
Got Anton his phone back.
Oh yeah, that's really nice of you. No, this has been absolutely outstanding, and it really shows how much you and I enjoy food. Because we're walking along the boardwalk and noticing all the things closed, and all of a sudden, Boozy comes to a full halt, and I look at where they're looking, and I stop as we marvel at the greatest porn on the planet.
Boardwalk fries.
Dude, it was every version of cheese fries, chili fries, poutine, everything you
Sriracha
could think.
fries.
It looked so good. Fried egg on your fries. Sure, why the hell not? Here at Heart Attack French Fries, we'll serve you anything on fries.
That was a basic bitch poutine because they just didn't have the meat. They had every other, which was really cool. I wanted to try them all. Like be open fry place. Damn it.
Yeah, they had a big sign right by the fucking food porn on the boardwalk. It closed for the season.
Yeah. What's the fries we got from your spicy chicken place that we were blown away by?
Oh yeah. What the hell do they even call that?
Was that coleslaw fries?
That was such a mess.
Oh my god.
It was kind of amazing. Yeah, it was a loaded it was their version of a poutine. This is a spicy chicken place, Fry the Coop. And they just filled it with, it was like coleslaw, some kind of spicy sauce.
Yeah, it had the spicy mayo, it was spicy coleslaw, and it was
really good.
Oh my, I couldn't believe how good.
And
like
cheese,
pickle
right?
fries. Yeah, there was a bit of cheese on it.
Yeah.
But it was basically like having pickle fries. It was so over the top good.
Oh, I forgot there was pickles in there.
Oh yeah, but also we ate half of it and then looked at our sandwiches like, I don't think I can move. We saved our sandwich. Well, I saved my sandwich. You ate your ass-burning chicken.
Hey, it only burns the day after.
God damn it.
Anyway. It's so good! You gave me so much shit when I got my habanero salsa again. I can't leave it alone.
Yeah, well, I gave you so much shit because we were drinking all night. You got habanero salsa, and then 2 hours later you're like, oh, that wasn't good coming back out.
Yeah.
Usually you burn your ass. This time you burned your esophagus.
I did.
No.
I could feel it.
It's so good, though.
It was fine.
Oh, yeah. I lost my phone.
Honestly.
Tom, thank you very much. I have actually been sitting on that tweet for like 3 fucking days trying to figure out a way to phrase it that would not get me in trouble. Like, not in trouble with the fuckers who are doing it. Fuck them. They earned it if they're mad at me. That's kind of the point. But I've been in trouble with the people who agree with me just by me phrasing it poorly.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that what it... You made a tweet about Wizard Game?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to stream the Wizard Game and use it to raise charity for trans purposes. Stop trying to fucking buy indulgences. The Catholic Church tried it. Didn't fucking work.
Nope.
Are you gonna live stream a reading of Mein Kampf to raise money for the Holocaust Museum? You fucking asshole!
Oh, holy shit! That's amazing.
I'm saying if you want to stream that, fine. But just be ready for people to have opinions about that and let them have those.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to play and stream whatever you want, and I'm more than welcome to call you an asshole.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Besides, I can stream it just as well as they can. It's called Wizardry 8. I will stream Wizardry 8, and it'll be the same goddamn thing. Ginger, happy birthday. Sorry you gotta work all day,
Happy
but
birthday.
happy birthday, friend.
Go ahead.
Where is... I'm just trying to get to the... There. That's right.
Silence has a question, and I think QM and Zanny can answer this.
What's that?
What does a trans indulgence look like?
Pickles? I don't know.
God damn it!
Trans femme, get a pickle. It's really good. What? They're better now. It's just a thing. Especially spicy pickles. Holy shit. What?
Well, no, I think a trans indulgence would be like watching a season of the IT Crowd.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What do you have to do to earn a season of the IT Crowd? Like, what offsets that in the trans Catholic Church?
Well, you have to post something on social media.
Oh, so an indulgence is like the thing you're not supposed to have.
Yeah,
You
like
can watch Father Ted if you
yeah,
get
it's like a carbon credit. It essentially does nothing
I've been
except
shown-
make you feel better for making a bad decision.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for every trans indulgence, I've been shown Father Ted, and I was like, do I just shut up and watch the clip, or do I have to have a conversation I don't want to have right now?
Yeah.
So
Which one is shorter?
The whole idea of indulgences in the Catholic Church was you can offset the impact of your sin on your immortal soul. The idea was by doing charitable works. Like if you did, if you helped fund the building of a monastery, you could bugger one of the local children or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
and
essentially,
spend 3 less days in hell for it or something.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The Catholic Church, being the Catholic Church, then went like, oh, well, we need people to handle these indulgences. So there became men who gave out indulgences for that. And, of course, then God got into retail sin. So it was the original carbon credit system.
yeah, it was your.
It was the original carbon credit system.
It's like an out of jail free card.
But the idea
Yes.
was you can have your sins forgiven or lessened by doing ostensibly things that the church considered good.
Yeah.
All right?
Which
Like,
involved money
yeah.
most
So-
of the time.
so-
Almost
So
all the time.
rich people.
Yeah.
So and
Imagine
then
that.
these people would proactively get indulgences. Like they'd be like, well, I really shouldn't murder these prostitutes. But I did buy the new hymnals, so God's gotta let this one slide.
That's amazing.
I want to see the heavenly lawyers arguing those out. Well, you see, here in John 3:1-4, they said that anything said by the Pope is law. And he made indulgences. God, you gotta let Gacy in. You gotta let him in.
Jesus Christ. He was a really good clown.
He's a really good clown.
Actually, yeah, that's the fucked up thing. If you read shit about it, at one point people were like, "Oh no, he was amazing at the children's birthday parties and events. He was like the head of the fucking JCs. He did all that charity work." And it's like, Gacy killed a bunch of people, and there's no one in the background like, "Yeah, but I really enjoyed his balloon animal making."
Is he free on the 15th?
Like, J.K. Rowling is a fucking turf who's done immeasurable damage to the trans movement, or to trans people, and boosted the turf movement with her high profile.
Oh,
yeah,
and
but she wrote a really good story once.
Yeah.
Well, and not to mention, she has come out and said, "I am using royalties from my shit
Yeah.
to
fuck with
further
trans people.
anti-trans causes."
Yeah.
Like she has said that. Like, so why would you then give her money if you know what she's going to use it for?
Yeah, like if you're not willing to look at Charles Manson and go like, but he was a good musician,
Oh my God.
then you don't get to give J.K. Rowling a pass. I'm sorry, you don't.
No.
It's fucking.
And her story's mid too. Like, there are better wizard stories. Pick up Terry Pratchett.
There you go. Pick up Dragonlance.
Yes.
Read about Raceland for a while. That's pretty messed
The what I
up.
loved about Terry Pratchett was after he died, we were like, Terry was an ally. I'd be like, oh, all the gender activists are trying to use a dead man to say that he would have supported them, and they have no way of knowing. Terry Pratchett can't speak up for himself, so they have no way of knowing. And Terry Pratchett's fucking daughter jumped in the goddamn thread and said, if you think my father did not absolutely support trans people, you have never read his work.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing. I love stuff
Good.
like that.
Yeah, and she is an amazing ally too.
Here you go. I'm trying to make the type bigger for you, but I don't know
It's
how.
okay. I'm wearing my glasses for once.
Yeah.
Hey, Ziggy Bull, what's up?
Apparently, I was reading a story from somebody who, when Terry was alive, they went out and they were getting their copy of Guard signed by him, and Terry Pratchett said, "Oh, what is your name?" And the person who was trans but hadn't broken the shell yet or something said, "My name's so and so for now." And Terry Pratchett looked around, leaned in, and said, "Well, what will it be?"
Ah!
Oh.
And when they told them, the way Terry Pratchett signed the book was so it could be read either way for people who didn't know that they had come out to.
That's awesome.
You're shitting me.
That's fantastic.
That is wonderful.
You said he did Discworld, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terry
Awesome.
Pratchett was Discworld.
I played that.
Ziggy, Night of the Moon. Hell yeah, dude. Pratchett wrote Trans Dwarves.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge plot. Okay, in the Discworld series, all dwarves are male.
Okay.
All dwarves are male. Male, female, it doesn't matter. All dwarves are male. All dwarves are male. All dwarves are male presenting. It's how it fucking is. And it is a huge taboo for any dwarf to dress their gender. Like, if a female dwarf dresses like a human woman, it's a huge taboo because all dwarves are male. Women, mothers are simply, what they say, fathers with breasts or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's something along that line.
Jeez.
Oh my god, that's
And
awesome.
they all have beards and the whole 9 yards. And a major plot point of the Guard series for it is Ankh-Morpork becomes like a melting pot of all of them, and the way that you know your species has made it to a certain level in Ankh-Morpork is the City Watch brings in an officer on it, because the commander of the City Watch, they always say, oh, he's a speciesist, and everybody's like, no, he doesn't. He just hates anybody who's not a cop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
But one of the female dwarf officers joins the force and begins to express herself as female, breaking the gender normality of the society, placing themselves in the same position, even though they're with the gender assigned at birth. They are in the same position as trans folk because they are breaking the gender norms of their society. It's a huge fucking plot point throughout the entire book.
That's wonderful.
Throughout the entire series of books. And you see over time, and Terry Pratchett incorporates it in. It's a whole thing.
Very cool.
That's
Yeah, it was really neat.
badass. Oh, Seamus is a fan. They know who you were talking about.
Yep.
Sherry Littlebottom.
Yep,
she
Sherry
was
Little.
great. Oh, Silence had it too. Oh my god, that's wonderful. I love stuff like that. Tonk says Pratchett's dwarves were from parody Tolkien dwarves to Don't Ask, Don't Tell, to What a Dwarfs Do Behind Closed Doors, to a narrative about women's liberation and trans rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
yeah.
much.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
I never... Discworld was never one that I got really, really into.
The one with
that's so
the
good.
most social comment, if you ask me, the ones with the most social commentary stuff
Yeah.
are the Guard series.
The Guard series and the ones I'm having Maggie read right now.
Tiffany Aiken.
The Tiffany.
Because the Guard series is very much, it is focusing on the Ankh-Morpork City Watch, which is like their police department.
Okay.
From an extremely corrupt organization to all this with the commander going from dirt poor to marrying the right person to being a very uncomfortable noble because he does not like being a noble.
Oh, that's awesome.
But that one, because it takes place in a city and because of how they framed the commander as not a bigot, he's just not an educated man from the lower classes.
Okay.
But they very much take the opinion of he's not a bigot. He doesn't like anybody who's not a cop. But because there's a lot of social commentary in the Guards books, a lot of it.
a lot.
So people are like, "Oh, Terry Pratchett wasn't woke." I'm like, "You have never fucking read the Guard series. I can tell right now you have never fucking read the Guard series because every fucking book in the Guard series after Guards is a social commentary or a political commentary.
That's wonderful.
Every single
Yeah, biggest the Tiffany Ackman books are about like Granny Weatherwax's disciple, basically.
Yeah.
Like she's her.
Was Terry Pratchett's Avatar? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Weatherwax?
Granny Weatherwax, who's amazing.
Neat.
Well, I'm glad you guys like these books. I might have to check them out.
Well, I've read
Yeah, yeah.
I've read every single Discworld book.
So that might be a fun one to have on my, if I can find a audiobook. Those are, I love.
Oh,
You
you can
want
find
anything,
audiobooks.
but-
As a matter of fact, I think there's a new audiobook adaptation of Guards that just came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
You can find every single one of them on audiobook. Every single one of them.
Do I need to, because I think I've only
You can
read
do
like
them
2
in
books
any-
randomly.
Benny
There-
is saying he has the audiobooks and can lend you them.
Yes. yes.
Big
but-
here is
Big
my-
Ben says, "Boozy, where is your robe?"
Here is my suggestion. It depends on what series, because it's not like there's an overall. First, there's an order of Discworld books, but you can also read like certain books because there's multiple threads. There's the Rincewind series, which are the Wizards / Rincewind.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the Death books.
Oh, the Death books are
is an
so
anthropomorphic character.
good.
More death werewolves? Awesome.
Who
No,
has a
the-
granddaughter.
Yeah, Death is like... Death is interesting because Death is like pretty much stereotypical Grim Reaper with a heart of gold.
There's the Moist Von Lipwig books, a con man turned into government official.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Witches. There's the City Watch. There's the Tiffany Aching. There's a couple standalones.
Is the
So you
Witches
can
the
do
one
them
that
all
was-
in order.
The one that was
alright?
from the book.
Or
Different Witches.
if you
That
go
was a
to
different
a
Witches. That was,
Discworld website,
Ronald Dahl.
it will give you a suggested reading order. Or if you go to a Discworld website, it will tell you maybe you should read them in this order. The two that everybody always says that you should start with, because they're the first 2 Discworld books, is The Color of Magic and what's the second one?
What was that?
First 2 Discworld books, Color of Magic and
Let's see if the chat knows.
God damn it.
Cobalt Cacophony now.
Oh, a Cobalt's crab.
Yeah, for a minute.
Shit.
Shit!
I don't remember.
Small gods.
Small
the
guys!
Light
The Light
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
The White Fantastic. Seamus got
You
it.
can. Those are the first 2. That introduces Discworld, Rincewind the Wizard, and Two Flower, who is the tourist companion that Rincewind has hired to show around, and some of the minor characters throughout the series.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sort of outside of the main series, even though it introduces those characters, because Rincewind is a major character in the Wizard series.
Okay.
But it's sort of outside of it because the Discworld they describe in that is a little different than the one that he developed starting in the 3rd, 4th, 5th books. So you can skip those if you want without missing much, although you do need to read them before you start reading the Wizard series.
Yes.
Otherwise, you will be completely lost on Rincewind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Amazing, dude.
I
This
can
is-
barely read a fucking label, so I'll try, but
Well,
audiobooks might work.
and you know the Hogfather adaptation.
Oh, the Hogfather adaptation you can watch as a standalone.
Yeah. Well, also
The Hogfather, Going Postal, and what's the other
yeah,
one?
Color of Magic.
Color of Magic.
Yeah.
All 3 of those have TV adaptations.
Nice.
Like 2-part miniseries TV adaptations.
Yeah,
I've heard
and
of
they're worth
Hogfather
checking
before. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they ever made it to TV. Mm-hmm. Yeah, QQH is just saying Hogfather was made into a movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. Color of Magic's all right, but like,
And there is a BBC series called The Guard, which is a police procedural set in Ankh-Morpork with the City Watch stories.
We don't talk
ostensibly,
about
but
that.
we don't talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Is that bad?
It uses the characters.
It uses the
the characters.
they
It
bought.
is-
They got the rights and they were going through the adaptation before Terry Pratchett died, and then after he died, they were like, "Well, we're keeping the characters and changing
It's bad.
literally everything else."
Yeah, it's bad
Oh,
enough.
no.
Terry Pratchett's daughter said, "Our company has not been involved with that adaptation for several years."
Yeah, I couldn't watch. I was like, we were watching the first episode. I'm like, wow, this is so bad. Like, where's this? Where's this? Where's this? Oh my goodness, this is I couldn't get
Yeah.
And there's
it
a
was- it was
Guards
so-
radio play from BBC 4, I think.
Yes,
And that one's worth watching,
That
listening
was
to.
worth listening
that
to.
is worth listening to.
I'll never forget. It ruined our late childhood because they did do a movie adaptation of Dragonlance with who was your guy from 24? Main
Oh
character.
God, Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland played Raceland, voice acted Raceland, and I was like, oh my god, they got a real actor. This could be it. This is the moment. So they took all 3 books of the original Dragonlance. The movie was the first 3 quarters of the first book, and then the end of the series.
Ah!
End of the series, like, just threw it out there, you know, and it's a kid's book, so the twist isn't much of a twist, but it's there. It's the book. Just kind of threw that out there, and because their budget had obviously gotten lost or split in half or was non-existent, anytime they needed to show the Draconians, it went from a hand-done cartoon to the worst CGI lizard people that were obviously cutting and pasted from in front of a green screen, no background
my
animation,
God.
to just be on the screen and marching.
Yeah.
It was the worst thing.
Yeah, Ziggy
Shattered
says,
my childhood.
Ziggy says, we don't talk about the Dragonlance film. Yeah. I made that mistake. I got it from a red box at some point. Or
Did
whatever.
you?
Yeah.
Because of dragons.
Exactly.
You thought there were going to be dragons.
There were some dragon people.
There were some dragons. They were not happy dragons.
No, that's okay.
They were scary snakes.
I'll make them happy.
Why? Give him a kobold.
There are quite a few books that they have just absolutely like mauled.
Destroyed,
that
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Lord of the Rings was so weird. Because, like, no one had done a fantasy adaptation well before. Or at least in
Yeah.
a long time.
And definitely not like that fairly good at, like, they were
I-
trying to adapt it. They were trying to keep the source material intact.
Crazy high
I
budget.
still
Oh,
want
yeah.
them to release the Bombadil cut.
Oh, what's the Bombadil cut? Oh,
Tom
with Tom
Bombadil, yeah, he's missing from the movie.
Is he actually, like...
That is right. I didn't realize that.
Did he just fucking
Yeah, they
completely cut him?
completely cut him.
Which is kind of weird because I stand by like the original 3 Lord of the Rings movies. Of course, I was a huge fan. They came out at the
yeah.
exact right time for me. The Hobbit, why? Other than, without using the words cash grab, why was that 3 movies?
Yeah.
Why was
Why
it 3 movies?
was that 3 movies?
Should not have been.
What, there were parts of it that they changed that they really shouldn't
I
have.
agree there, but
Um,
at least that could be, that was their opinion. They wanted to, okay, you finished movie 2 with Smaug breaking out of the Dwarven Fortress, so that means the beginning of movie 3 is Dragon Battle! Ah! It's over.
Yeah.
Like, that is just wrong. Everything about that is wrong. You went home. You lived a life. You're coming back a year later. That's the longest commercial break on the planet. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea?
I was going to say, that was the sitcom format. Oh my god, they're in danger. Come back next time and see what
Yeah,
happens.
come back next week.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Or, like, I didn't mind that they brought in, like, new character. Like,
That's fine. Sometimes
fine.
you need to. Sometimes you need to combine characters to make it work.
well, and also, like, I mean, The Hobbit is kind of a sausage fest.
Yeah, it is a sausage fest.
I didn't mind them bringing in the new character.
Yeah.
I did mind the pointless love triangle.
Oh
Why?
my god.
There was already
man.
enough going on in the story. You did not need to add that.
Holy shit.
Excuse
They
me,
are
these
there
TV
on
producers,
business.
and that business is getting laid, kicking ass and sucking dick.
That's right. Oh my god.
All right, 1 second. All right, all we have 10 minutes left. So before we go, we're gonna throw it over to the chat. Chat, we are here on vacation in the amazing Delaware with our very good friends, and thank you again for making this happen with Boozy and QM, who are celebrating their anniversary. Yay!
15 years.
15 years married, 17 together.
Jesus, that is so awesome.
Oh yeah.
Chat, we're throwing over to you for the end of the show.
Well, I know I was asked how the cats are doing, and goddamn, they're adorable.
But before we do that, love is in the air, and seeing as it's your anniversary, I think both couples need to be reminded that love is in the air.
Yay, we're porn.
But oh,
Wholesome porn.
so wholesome.
Family channel porn.
Family channel porn
porn.
does involve somebody yelling about their hip hurting as they lean over to smooch.
I'm
Just
actually,
fucking cuddling and making out. Family channel
I
porn.
loved being able to advise you all of how the Family Channel evolved.
I was
wasn't ready for that.
amazed. Holy shit. The Travel Channel's now all ghosts.
Oh, it's still traveling. You're just traveling to the other fucking side. I mean,
I wasn't ready to see the television listing, and you scroll through at 2 in the afternoon, and we did not get out of Ghost Show reruns, the same show, from 2 in the afternoon to 10 p.m., in which case they turned over to Haunted Barnyards.
And then at 2 a.m., it switched to an infomercial.
Oh, of course, yes, the infomercial.
The best part was when we were scrolling through it, I'm like, why are there paranormal shows on the Food Network now?
Yeah, Amish Hauntings is for some reason on the Food Network.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
And
I was
then
churning the butter. There's the food part. They should just say that.
There you go.
There's the food part.
There's the food part. Got it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Amish Hauntings?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna break down an episode. They got a doll, but the doll had a face. The English invited the devil into our home. So we sent our 6-year-old daughter. So we took the doll from our 6-year-old daughter who got it from the English lady next door, and we threw it in the fire and burned the demon out. But then she became angry and started talking back. So obviously a demon got into her. So we sent her to a special camp ran by the Mennonites to scourge the demons from them. But then our son, after his baby sister, was sent away for talking back after we burned her dolly.
Oh my god.
Started acting out. So there was a demon in him too. Then he decapitated our pigs. And I'm like, this is a normal occurrence during the episode. It's like, our child was being naughty. So we called the elder over to do an exorcism. And then the child decapitated our pigs. And I'm like, why do Amish kids keep murdering livestock?
They're
I mean,
hungry.
to be fair, that's what they know.
I still loved watching. This is what we threw down in the background, because you want to talk about a good background show? Watch Hauntings, because all you can do is talk over them, because they are uproarious. And we were watching Haunted Boats. And they go over to Captain McAllister from The Simpsons. Stocking cap, pea coat, bright orange beard, and the accent was to a T. The ship was sailing over the sea that day. And then the camera cuts and goes to his cohorts behind him, which you had named.
Yeah. Mike, Steve, and Todd.
Like Steve and Todd.
Yeah.
I loved how we saw a flashback of a guy telling the story, not just the story. So we got the flashback of the flashback, right?
We had a flat and one
So
of
we're inceptioning into this story.
Don't forget, the other sailors are just standing there slightly off camera.
Except the one guy who just looked angry.
Right?
And
Like,
then
he looked pissed.
And then the one guy that looked like crackhead bubbles
Like
from...
fucking crackhead bubbles.
Don't forget when it got epic.
Oh.
And then there was a child.
Oh my god, I forgot about
He
that.
was hanging off the mast to impress his friend. I can't on that! I can't on! Ah! And
And
it's like,
falls
it's like,
down.
but the hold was open. So it's literally a shot of a dummy. Ah! And then
It's
it's
like-
like a shot of the hold. Ah!
It's perfectly still like this. It was so funny.
We wound it because it's very obvious that what they did was they had a guy get up on the mast with a child-sized mannequin in Victorian clothes and just throw it a few
It
times.
was just so still.
It was the stiffest dummy.
Yeah. That was...
We rewound that to a point where if they are monitoring that Netflix account, we are going to... There was no... The 100th time we rewound.
And by the way, the sea captain who was doing the flashback, he had a whole fucking backstory going that was being told. Like, first he's on the dock and it's just a mid shot of him and the three, and then they're on the beach and he's staring out over the water, and then it's like, aye, storms. We know about storms, don't we? And the man's got a fucking corgi. He's got a corgi
The
on a
very
leash
happy
beside
corgi.
him. Yes. And I'm like, holy shit, is this guy even a sailor? Is he just a local who took his dog for a fucking walk?
And all of that, none of that prepared me, because at this point, I'm invested. These shows are awesome. This is hysterical. This is so much fun. but it's got to be just one producer because that was C-Story Mishaps. And then we went over to Cops Get Beat Up by Ghosts, and we're enjoying it, and we're watching, and we see in the background a lonely cop, barely part of the scene, burly, orange beard, bald, so like,
Same
it's
motherfucker.
the extra!
Same
He's an extra in a different show!
Like, now the Seaman is a Confederate soldier. What is this man's life?
Like, we saw him, this one guy, in 4 or 5 ghost shows from 1999. So I'm like in the 90s, like I prefer to think it wasn't just like one producer or one production company. I prefer to think this guy was a very specialized extra and bit actor. Like all he did, he's like, would you like to be in Macbeth? No. No. How about Hamlet? No. Steven Spielberg called. He wants to know if you want to be a supporting role in his next movie. No. They're doing The Haunted Lighthouses of Florida. Yes! I want to be the lighthouse keeper with no speaking. I'll scream once as I fall.
You have to understand, when I perform, I'm only after one thing. Booze.
God damn it. Nice.
All right, everyone. We are about to close the show out over here and find you somebody to pass to. But before we go, we want to give a huge shout out to a few things. Number one, our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. We are on a laptop this weekend. Show's a little different. We will be back to normal scheduled shows starting on Wednesday when we get home. We might do something fun on Tuesday. We'll see. It depends on when we get home. But thank you very much to all of our Patreon supporters. Thank you for everyone who makes this show possible. And, of course, a huge thank you to our friends who set up this weekend and have given me such a relaxing, wonderful time.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Guys, this has been wonderful. Boozy QM, where can they find you?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/BoozyBadger. I was a lazy fuck last week and didn't do any of my streams that I plan on doing. However, streams go back to normal this week. Normally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. Weekends as I damn well feel like it. And although not this weekend, I'm normally after these two goons on Sundays for Coffee with Boozy.
Yes.
Well, and you can find me on Twitter at _marks, and I have a link tree there to everything else.
And if you really want a good listen and you like Alkali and me both, you can go to Boozy's Legal Funhouse, available on most major podcasting services. It's a show where I inform Alkali about a legal case and explain a basic legal concept in a shocking manner. The episode for our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/lawyersandliquor will be out on Monday for early release and next week, and it is an angry one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was some of the hardest recording I've ever had to do. That was amazing.
But the last one we did for Valentine's Day, which is this week, is about Louisiana and STDs.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So, yeah.
Jesus.
And, of course, before we out, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, Zanny, thank you so much, as always, for making it happen.
No problem.
Right before this show, Zan was sitting behind where we are filming from, on the laptop, yelling at it, as OBS would not let us update settings to connect to Twitch.
It would not open settings. It was just giving the wheel forever.
And Zan did what we always do. Restarted the computer, restarted OBS, restarted the computer, restarted the computer, restarted OBS, restarted the computer, restarted the camera, restarted the microphone, and finally, out of frustration, set the laptop to the right. And 5 minutes later, it turns out that what was happening, OBS was chugging so hard, it needed minutes to open the settings menu. And I just hear Zan, fuck.
That never works.
Never.
Once OBS is spinning, you know it's crashed a lot of the time.
It is the first time we've ever had it fix itself. Zanny, thank you as always for making the show happen.
Problem.
You are my guardian angel. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, this has been The Dragon Show. Until next time,
I'm Boozy.
I'm QM.
I'm Zanny.
I'm Alkali. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to keep talking to you for just a few
pass
moments.
On this by
Oh,
chance,
you can pass
if
on
we
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
We just
yeah.
have to figure out who.
All right, Chad, who would you like us to pass you to? We just need to figure out a name.
I'm going to go back to here. Na, 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 na.
Oh, is that JD Puppy?
Yeah, we'll do JD.
Yeah, let's take it to JD.
JD, we're throwing you guys over to JD Puppy. They are wonderful. Chicago Fur, who also helps run the Furry Escape Room. If you're ever at a convention and have a moment, go check out the Furry Escape Room. Boozy, were you there when we went through? Were you with? Because I remember Pandez was there.
At Midwest several years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolute blast and a half. The puzzles are difficult enough that we had no idea what we were doing, but down to earth enough that none of us murdered each other.
Yep, it's setting up the raid, so we're all set to go whenever you say.
All right. That's it. Until next time, guys, we will see you minimum Wednesday. Do us a favor. Keep your eye on our Twitter and Telegram account. We will be figuring out how to move off Twitter soon. We're working on that. Give us a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll let you know if we stream. And as always, if you enjoyed yourself, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you have an Amazon Prime account, don't forget that you have a free membership to Twitch. I'm not saying use it here. Use it somewhere. Bezos doesn't deserve that $5. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
I pressed the button, Frank. There it goes.
Rainy. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you.
That was fun.
That was perfect. Hour and a half. We streamed on Sunday.